Sora 2 is here and it is so much fun. You can create things like Celebrity Deathmatch.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Celebrity Deathmatch. In this corner, the hoodie with the hidden sting, Matthew Berman. And in the other, the bespectacled bruiser, Jonah. Let the mayhem begin.
It is the copyright Wild West.
Swear, but I move like a blade in the tide. In the kitchen with the heat, we be flipping the fry. Bubbles in the pan, that's the sound of the ride. If a hook float by, bet the crew gon' slide.
Feels like we're flying.
Keep it steady. You drive, I work the knots.
Whatever you're doing back there, don't stop. My shoulders haven't felt this loose in years.
Good.
Tired of being ignored by hippies and dumbass friends? Chug my authority energy and you'll have the power to boss everyone around for 24 hours, guys.
Historical reenactments.
Sora 2 is not a bomb, Albert. It's a code base. And like any tool, it depends on who's holding it.
Yeah, and the same was said of the fission. You give the world a match, it may still choose to burn the house.
Crazy science fiction and so much more. And before we get into it, we're giving away a Sora access code. All you have to do is subscribe to our newsletter. Check the link down below. All right, so first, let's start with the fun ones. As I said, it is the copyright Wild West, at least currently, and you can make your favorite characters do whatever you want. Check this one out, SpongeBob doing drill rap.
I be out that bottom, bubbles popping like a shell case. Frying up the patties, flip the bag, keep the smell safe. Yeah, square drip, gold teeth, chain heavy like a kelp crate. Stop capping, we've been moving with the shell weight. Four corners of the ocean, we spin like a jelly.
It can even recreate your favorite retro video games. Look at Halo.
Navigation data shows the cartographer beyond this door.
Move up, Spartan. Contact front.
Targeting the elite.
Taxi inbound.
Locked.
Now, what's so impressive about this is it really is quite accurate. And not only that, the voice, the narrator that was in the game, it's almost identical as far as I can remember. And if you're wondering, I have my cameos set to everybody. So if you want to do something with my likeness, go ahead, at least for the time being, go for it. Find me at Matthew Berman. Here's one of me, Theo GG, and MattVid Pro AI doing a podcast.
Guys, our show pulled 500,000 downloads last month. That's not luck. Downloads don't equal quality, Matt. People actually learn something from our episodes.
Please, my feed had the governor last week. Who did you have? Another gamer?
Yes, don't matter.
And the likeness is really just stunning. Here's Sam Altman from that famous meme, hide your kids, hide your wife.
Snatching your people up. You need to hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband because they're playing everyone up in here. Keep your eyes open, all right? Don't give them a chance. Stay safe.
And you can literally create full SpongeBob episodes by tying multiple clips together. But here's one clip. It's basically the exact style of SpongeBob.
See, SpongeBob? It saves me money, and it never asks for a raise.
Does it love them?
You can even put your favorite characters into Minecraft. Watch this.
Rick, why do we look like this? We're all square.
Relax, Morty. Voxel-based universe. Don't punch the wildlife.
There's a green thing staring
That's
at
a
us.
creeper. It explodes. Run.
Oh, no.
Okay, portal time.
And here's Mario Kart, but in real life.
Target locked. Firing. Woohoo! Let's go!
And of course, Sam Altman is wide open for cameos. Watch this.
Developers, 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 developers.
And of course, Alex had to mess with me. Watch this.
Put me down! Hey! Hey, put me down! I'm serious, let me go! Put me down right now! Put me down! Put me down!
All right, and last one, Zelda and Pokemon in the same world. Watch this.
Try to catch me.
Pika, Eevee, Boba, Char.
Look at those rupees.
I would absolutely play that game. All right, next, the category we're going to be testing is how well it replicates people. And that means how accurate is it to the person who did the face scan, how accurately it can represent other people. So check this out first. Here's me. I did the face scan, and I would say 9 times out of 10, it looks insanely accurate. Look at this.
There, ready for a short trip? Come on, take my hand. Just a step through the gate and you'll see why I keep coming back. Welcome to a world where tech and nature finally get along.
All right, so I want to pause it right here. Look how good this looks. So that is definitely my face behind a tinted shield here. It is so insanely accurate. Plus, you could see the reflections of the light. All of the lighting on my face looks really good. It is just so very, very impressive. And let me take a moment to thank the sponsor of today's video, Lindy. Check this out. Lindy is the best way to vibe code agents and apps. Imagine you want to build a fully functional online education platform in under 5 minutes. You can do that with Lindy's new build feature. So first you describe what you want to build, so let the agent know who you are, and then tell it, build me an online education platform. Lindy isn't just generating code. It's researching best practices, building the front end. And here's the key part. If you've watched any of my tutorial videos on vibe coding, you know testing is everything. And of course, Lindy writes all the tests for you. Lindy also runs QA on all the features that it builds before deploying. So look at this, in under 5 minutes, you can have a fully deployed education platform with working user registration, free course access, premium upgrades with Stripe checkout, and a user dashboard. This might have taken you weeks previously and cost thousands of dollars built by developers. But Lindy built it in minutes because of their built-in QA process. Lindy not only builds code, but it ships working code. Sign up using my link in the description, get $20 worth of credits absolutely free. So what are you gonna build with Lindy? Let me know in the comments. Thanks again to Lindy. Now back to the video. And here's another one of our team member, Jonah, who put together a lot of these tests today, and it looks incredibly accurate. This is him if he weren't moving at all and he used robots to basically run his life. Let's listen to how that sounds.
Commute, autopilot on.
Destination set, maintaining pace.
Can't beat this view. Perfect bite as always.
Nutritional intake log.
So there's definitely some morphing in skin texture that I noticed, and especially in the hair a little bit here and there. And there's definitely some variance in output. So if you run the same exact prompt multiple times, you're gonna get different outputs. Try it a number of times. I have found that my voice sometimes sounds like way off, and then sometimes it's really accurate. So just give it another go if you get an output that isn't to your liking. All right, next, here is the prompt. Jonah is in line at Compute Bank like a food bank, a social service available near Skid Row for ex-software engineers. Matthew is further in line, desperately holding up a rickety old solar panel, trying to charge his rickety old laptop in hopes of using it. Okay, now, what happened here is it kind of morphed Jonah and I. So this doesn't quite look like me, definitely the same sweater. I don't have an earring, Jonah does, that's from him. And then you can also kind of see the morphing in the hair. And then it really looks like Jonah, especially the bottom half of his face, is really a morph between me and him. So there you go. All right, next, let's put me in a movie, maybe like Indiana Jones. Check this out. The moment of discovery where Matthew Berman, the archaeologist, has finally found the ancient AI data center hidden underneath the pyramids of Giza. He narrates himself like Attenborough. Did ancient AI create us only for us to now create AI life? And let's look at it. So that is very accurate to my face, even here. Yeah, I'd say this is fantastic. Now you can see a lot of morphing. The hand looks okay. Let's listen to it.
Hidden for millennia beneath the limestone of Giza, a chamber where sandstone meets silicon. I've stepped into what appears to be an ancient data center, its machines still breathing in the dark.
Yeah, pretty good. I think the voice needs some work. There's some digital artifacts with it, but it sounds pretty good. All right, and this next one, you're really gonna see some issues. So this is the prompt. Jonah is in the driver's seat of his Toyota Corolla yelling at all of the F-150 driving by. Setting is in traffic trying to escape the mud after a massive rainstorm that has taken over the Burning Man Festival site. Let's watch. So you can see lots of morphing in the hand. The cars are driving backwards. If you look at all of the cars, they are morphing slightly. There's just a lot of issues with this generation. But Jonah himself actually looks quite accurate. All right, and next, again, Sora is really so much fun to use. Check this out. This is me teaching a hip hop dance class, which would never happen in a million years.
Chest up, let the arms flow, slide and cross. Good, again, got it, nice. Let's get into that bounce. Step right, left, pop, cross. Keep it loose, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. Stay low, chest up, let the arms flow.
I love it. And it also seems to do animals really well. So here is me and Sam Altman judging a dog outfit contest. I don't even know what this is. Let's watch. So there we go. Yeah, the dogs themselves look absolutely stunning. Very, very accurate. Then at a certain point, I see a dog walking with a leash with nobody holding the leash. So there's definitely some issues, but the dogs themselves look very good. All right, here's one of Alex. One heroic slow-mo attempt to catch a single flying serial loop. Music, overly epic choir, SFX, serial sprinkle rain. The loop finally lands on the nose. Hold a comedic beat. All right, that's really good. And not only that, it's funny. It actually held the comedic beat properly. It looks like Alex. It's at least very accurate, not perfectly, but very, very accurate. All right, and here's one of a rap battle, and neither Jonah nor myself look anything like what we do. I really don't think so. Hopefully you guys agree. Let me just play it.
Hoodie sitting clean, you got the drawstrings tucked. Every seam speaks steady like the hours you put up. Ooh. Always first in, last out, still kind with the scene. You make the grind look gentle, that's a rare kind of sheen.
All right. All right, and next, how is it with physics? Check this out. So it looks
Nice
good.
and steady.
And then the ball stops and starts spinning the other way. So definitely broken physics in this video.
Feels good. Not bad, right?
And surprisingly, it actually got my background nearly perfectly. Look at all the plants, the cause guys, the books, everything looks pretty darn good. All right, next, let's test hands, dexterity, its ability to actually manipulate physical objects. Check this out. So prompt is tight shot of both hands playing a quick trill. Finger joints bend naturally. Keys travel to a realistic depth and bounce back. Yeah, it's okay. The fingers aren't quite connecting to the keys. They don't look quite natural. I mean, they're not terrible, but also people don't play keyboards like that as far as I know. So I'd say this one is not great. All right, here's a pair of hands manipulating a deck of cards. The prompt: hands at a table shuffling cards and then springing the deck. Each card edge stays crisp. Fingers look real and never merge. Keep the scene uncluttered and brand free. Let's watch. Okay, this does not look good at all. So it still struggles with very fine motor movement, fine manipulation of small objects. So you could see there's a lot of merging, a lot of morphing, stuff's kind of appearing out of nowhere. The fingers themselves actually don't look terrible. They don't morph, but the cards are actually horrendous. All right, here is what it looks like if I'm doing jujitsu with a frog, and lots of morphing, lots of weird body parts. I can see like my hand was replaced with the frog's green hand. It's still fun to watch, but yeah, this is very awkward. And there you could see like the blue gi with the green hand coming out of it, just not consistent at all. All right, next, let's see it do origami. This should be very difficult. 24 frames per second, 16:9, top-down desk, camera locked 35 millimeters. Two adult hands fold a red square into a crane. All right, let's see it. The folding actually isn't too bad. I don't see a lot of morphing. The paper kind of folds in an awkward way, but yeah, the hands look really good. The folding looks pretty darn good. I'd say this is better than I expected. All right, how about food? Let's see hands manipulating food. We have multiple cooks finished dishes. Handoffs are clean, rising steam, and small flares look natural, no brand gear. You can see a lot of artifacts in the actual food kind of transitioning, and there it just has random cheese, a random burst of flame earlier. The food itself looks quite good if it weren't moving, but it is, and yeah, I say it does look actually very delicious, but this isn't the most impressive. All right, now some contemporary dancing. Look at this. This is stunning. Very accurate. I see very little morphing. Obviously, we're kind of seeing a silhouette of the dancer, so it's a little bit more difficult to identify any morphing in the body. But when you have a very stylized video like this, I think it looks great. And maybe that's a good way to hide any of the errors or issues with your generation. Next, let's see how well we can actually direct Sora. So we're going to give it very specific camera direction. Let's see. All right, so start among rooftop vents and rise to show a skyline. Warm sunset light, no clipping through gear. Lens flare stays tasteful. Okay, let's look for that lens flare. A little bit of lens flare. There it is. Okay, good. Yeah, so it actually did it pretty well. Let's listen.
Hard to beat this view. The whole city looks like it's glowing. Worth waiting for.
I do notice little issues, like little morphs. I don't know what to call them. They're kind of like grainy morphs. I don't know. If you know what they're called, let me know in the comments. All right, so fast pan from a desk to the window and the street beyond. The blur feels right. Then the view snaps into focus without stepping exposure. Let's see. All right, fast pan from the desk. Good. Definitely snaps into focus. And now we're just looking at the city. Very good consistency amongst the cars, the people watching. So yeah, this one was very, very impressive. All right, let's see a shift in focus. So we're going to start with focus on the flower, and then we're going to change focus to Jonah in the background. Very impressive. It seems like these videos are pretty low quality though, in terms of resolution, but that shift in focus is exactly what we described in the prompt. So that's awesome. All right, next, from a darker hallway into a bright room, the brightness adapts gradually. So here's the dark room. Yes, that looks great. That is what a camera looks like when it goes from a dark room to a light room and has to adjust the brightness. Very nice. Absolutely. Very impressive. Next, let's see how well it can do physics. So smoke, fire, fluids, particles. Let's check it out. Here's some honey. And yeah, this looks really good. I would not be able to tell that this was AI generated. Very impressive. Fluid dynamics, definitely good so far. Here's some smoke from an incense. Now there's a fan in the background, but it is not affecting the actual smoke from the incense. However, the smoke looks insanely accurate. Maybe a little bit too much on the swirls, but no, this looks really good. So impressive. Next, here is a close-up on clear glass while espresso pours. Let's see. Yeah, again, very impressive. A little bit of issues maybe over here near the glass's edge, but this is so good. It kind of goes into slow motion towards the end, which looks interesting, but otherwise it's fantastic. And it even has the steam coming up from it, just awesome. Here's a horse running through the ocean. Let's look at the splashes from the legs and the hooves. This looks fantastic. Yeah, look at that. When the horse's hoof lands in the water, it sprays up, maybe a bit of an exaggerated spray. I don't know if it would be this big, but still, this looks great. Okay, here's one that did not work so well. We have a dark cup of coffee, some milk being poured in. You would expect to see the milk plume from within the coffee. Let's watch. Okay, so milk being poured in. By this time, you should really expect to see more of the milk coming up through the coffee, but you don't. So definitely was not accurate in this one. Here are some tomatoes on a pan, and the tomatoes look really good. The pan looks really good. The bubbles look really good, but the tomatoes are not changing at all. They are completely static. So I would say this one isn't super good. I would expect the tomatoes to really start moving or deforming in some way. Here's a freshly poured glass of soda, and this one looks perfect to me. Yeah, we have the bubbles coming up from the bottom, stopping. I mean, the fluid dynamics in Sora are absolutely incredible. This one looks perfect. I don't see one issue with it. Here we go. Fog coming out of this container, rolling across. Yeah, I mean, this looks really good. It is deforming around to the glass like I would expect it to, coming over the top, maybe a little bit of kind of awkwardness around here, but overall, this looks good. Next, let's continue on physics. Let's go into optics. Let's go into light. Let's see what it can do. So in this one, a small glass prism slowly turns on black velvet. A narrow white beam hits it and throws rainbows around. Edges stay sharp and clean. Okay, so there's the rainbow. It looks decently accurate. Something seems a little bit off. We see a shadow on the velvet. The velvet has a really good texture. The light coming in, the light is not moving at all. Yeah, it's pretty good. I wouldn't say this is great, but it's pretty good. And a special thank you to Dell Technologies for sponsoring this portion of the video. Dell's Pro Max family of PCs are incredibly powerful for AI workloads. Using the new Grace Blackwell series of NVIDIA GPUs, including GB300 and GB10. These are absolute monster GPUs in your desktop. Learn more about Dell Pro Max GB10 and GB300 and the Dell Pro Max lineup of workstations with NVIDIA RTX Pro GPUs. Click the link in the description below. Let them know I sent you. Check it out. All right, check this out. Slide a wire mesh across a patterned card. Let's take a look. So I think we all know or kind of sense what this is going to look like or what it should look like. And yeah, look at that. You can actually see the pattern on the card visible through the wire mesh. No real clipping that I can see. This is quite impressive. Here we have a fire burning. The light looks fantastic coming off my hands. Look at that. As I flip my hands up and down, you can actually see the light on the correct side. This looks really good. The fire looks really good. The smoke coming off of it. Very nice. All right, here's one that is really complicated. So a ring turns slowly, tiny flashes appear along the facet, edges are crisp, no melting or wobble. We can see the light coming off of the different facets of this ring, and it looks pretty accurate. Obviously, I don't know for sure, but there's nothing that would stand out to me like it was not good. And look at the reflection in whatever it's standing on. Very impressive. All right, this might be one of the most impressive ones I've seen so far. A shiny metal sphere reflects the room as the view glides. Reflections look like a real mirror, not a blur. The board squares stay straight. Look at that. Unreal. Look at the reflection in the ball. It just looks perfect. All of the black and white squares from the ground are reflected perfectly, are morphed perfectly. This one is great. All right, let's see now how it handles text, fonts, graphics, stuff like that. Let's watch. So basically, animated text, build smart, ship light. Build smart, ship light. Yeah, that works. Animated text, work hard flips to work smart. Okay, there's work hard, and there it is, work smart. Yep. All right, animated text, thanks for watching, draw on handwriting that follows a virtual pen. Okay, so interesting. So the text itself looks good, except the T kind of looks like an F, but the writing was not accurate in the slightest. And what if we need it to make explainer motion graphics? Let's see. Horizontal timeline with 5 milestones. Dots glow one by one. A brief label pops above each, then settles. Use large type and uncluttered backgrounds. VO calls out dates, SFX, subtle chimes per milestone. Ensure labels don't overlap at smaller widths. So let's listen and watch.
2021, 2022, 2023, 2025, 2026, 2026, 2021.
Oh my gosh, that was weird. It did not get it. It was kind of close, but it said the same dates over and over again. It used the wrong date with the wrong voice, and yeah, so that one's okay. All right, next. 3 simple circles labeled plan, build, launch. Let's see. Plan, build, launch. That is perfect. Yeah, very nice. All right, next, explainer scene, 4-bar chart columns ease up from 0, values appear on top with a small bounce and settle. Keep tick labels legible, add a light bed of music, SFX. Okay, let's watch. All right, is it accurate? No, it is not. This is not accurate in the slightest. We have 34 and 34, but they're different sizes. We have 72 smaller than 34. We have 45 above 72. So yeah, not accurate. Okay, this looks super impressive. Street food, noodles being tossed. Check it out. So there's actually no sound in this one, which is interesting. Let's watch till he flips the pan and you'll really see the accuracy. Look at those noodles. I didn't see one morph, not a single one. Yeah, very good. Very impressive. All right, now check this out. This is subtly incredible. We have next stop Lakeside. It looks like a sticker on the window of a bus, and it's in front of everything people see through the window. So check this out. Look at that. That is so good. Not a single morph in the lettering, going in front of all the trees. All the trees look accurate. Wow, that is crazy. All right, and let me show you how to use it. So once you get access, you go to sora.chatgpt.com or you download the app. Then the first thing you're gonna do is scan your face. It'll walk you through the steps. It's basically using your phone, looking up, looking right, looking left, saying a few numbers, and that's all it takes to capture everything about you. It's kind of crazy. Then once you come to the website, you come here, you click, and you can just start describing your video. Now, if you want to cameo somebody, you simply tag them, and you can see here's Sam Altman, here's me, and you can obviously tag yourself. So you just click it, and then they'll be in the video, and you can describe it. You could say, Matthew Berman walks down the street. And by the way, if you're not already following me on Sora, go ahead and do that at Matthew Berman. So you can cameo multiple people. So here's Jonah from my team, Alex from the team, Jonah, Alex walking besides him. And then you just hit enter. And one more thing, really important here. After you're done typing out your prompt, if you click the little settings in the prompt window, you can actually change the orientation, whether you want portrait or landscape. So go ahead, try the different ones. Obviously, if you're used to using your phone for this stuff, you're probably going to use portrait. And if you're on your computer, you may use landscape. Try them both. All right, now let's get into even more complicated scenes. Let's do crowds, traffic, and multi-object coherence. So a slow walk through a crowded outdoor market, natural weaving paths, props don't flicker or slide, prices and signs are unreadable. Yeah, look at all of the fruit sitting there, not morphing at all. We have multiple people. They all look accurate. They all look consistent. This is very impressive. Here we go. We have some people walking into what looks like a building. I see some clipping and some morphing here. They're walking through the door there. This one's actually really bad. Here you can see people kind of morphing into, I don't know what this is, maybe like a barrier line. These people are walking through the door. Here, this person gets clipped by whatever that is. So this one's not good at all. However, look at the reflections. The reflections are really good, really accurate. Here's a crowd of people walking across a crosswalk. And here's Alex. Let's see him pop up. A little bit of clipping with an umbrella I saw earlier, but yeah, this one actually looks quite good. All right, now let's do some style transfer or non-photorealism. Let's look. Here's a watercolor boat. This looks phenomenal. I bet Sora is really going to excel at stuff like this where it doesn't need to look realistic, because then it's harder for us to tell if it looks great or not, and it's just really up to the person. Here's kind of Pixar style. Let's listen.
They're lost for me. You're on a streak.
Guess the chair's math tutor paid off. It's just patterning.
Maybe.
Wanna up the ante?
Yeah, I think this looks great. Very much Wall-E style. Here's another one. Sonic in bed with Princess Peach. Sonic smoking a cigarette. Yeah, this looks great. Here's kind of stop motion claymation. This one looks pretty good. Now we're going to get into environment, weather, and natural phenomenon. So, dusk, starlings, murmuration. A flock draws shapes in the sky at dusk. The overall flow is smooth without popping birds. Horizon stays steady. Okay, so I think we all know what we're going for here. And yeah, I mean, it looks quite good. We actually see it being very consistent. Maybe it feels a little bit off, but overall, yeah, it looks good. There's some disappearing birds over here. So a little bit of issues, but overall decent. All right, here is snowfall. This looks amazing. Look at the steam when I'm talking. Some extra steam in the back, but yeah, that is amazing, especially how it crosses over the lamppost and you can actually see the light picturing through. Look how the snowfall is actually illuminated by the lamppost in the back. Now, here you can see a little bit of steam that came out of nowhere, but look at that. Look, when the steam from my mouth crosses in front of the lamp, you can actually see it all get illuminated. That's very impressive. All right, next, waves slam and sheet off the wall. Foam trails look natural. Birds fight the wind. No text. Here we go. Wow, that is really good. So yeah, Sora seems to be incredible at liquid physics. Let's see, the wave pops over this wall, looks accurate, very nice. Next, let's just end with some slop to keep it fun. Matthew Berman, during a gentle yoga flow, the mat keeps loudly Velcro peeling at the worst moments.
Why are you like this?
All right, show me a mashup or crossover game of Mario Kart, Crash Team Racing, and Diddy Kong Racing. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes I run into copyright issues and sometimes I don't. It seems like SpongeBob is just a free-for-all, but any movie that I've mentioned, like The Matrix, it basically says, no, I won't do that. Here, it will. Let's check it out.
Go.
Woohoo! Yeah!
Take this.
Whoa, rocket boost! Yikes!
Let's see what this baby can do. Coming through.
All right, so that was okay. And let's end on this one. If you ever wanted to know what I would look like as a 90s rapper, here you go.
Kick drum snapping, I pen my story like spray paint tagging. From the block to the booth, keep the culture alive. Flow classic like tape deck space on the drive. No gimmick, just rhythm and truth I provide. Banging like...
So that's it. I am having so much fun with Sora. Go check it out. Subscribe to our newsletter, forwardfuture.ai. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.